Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for September 3rd, 2021. Okay, so there's a couple of cool pre-orders I'll tell you guys about. Neil Young has started a new official bootleg series, kind of like Dylan's been doing. The first release in that is a live concert from 1970, Carnegie Hall. I think it's around 23 tracks. It says it was mixed from the original quarter track tape. I don't know if that's going to be an analog or transferred from the original tape. But either way, it should be pretty good sound quality. Also, he noted that this is a concert that's never even circulated as a bootleg. A lot of his early stuff has circulated as a bootleg, so you're getting cleaned up official releases in some cases. But a lot of these Dylan, Neil Young, a lot of that stuff exists in the bootleg realm. But not this one. Billy Joel is doing a box set. His titles since Mobile Fidelity lost the license have been out of print. So I'm guessing this box set is the precursor for maybe the catalog being put back into print. The box set, though, is going to be Cold Spring Harbor up to Songs in the Attic. What's kind of unfortunate about this box set is they're putting an unreleased concert from 1975, Carnegie Hall, in there. You got to buy the box set to get the unreleased concert. So, yeah, that is coming out November 5th. The Neil Young is coming out October 1st. New Blue Note Classic, similar to weeks past, they're starting to separate these. I think they're having a difficult time keeping up with pressing these things in a reasonable amount of time. Freddie Hubbard's Blue Note Classic Series, this is going to be Ready for Freddie. So that's coming out October 22nd, maybe. So a buddy of mine, I'll give you a little side story, a buddy of mine did a pressing of a little 45. He made a horrible mistake. He approved something incorrectly, and the labels were reversed. So the A-side plays the B-side plays the A-side. He contacted them. He figured out it was his fault. This is a Furnist. Furnist is not only booked for 2021, they're booked for 2022, and they're not even taking orders for 2023. So at this point, I mean, we are at absolute peak vinyl. There is pretty much zero pressing time. I don't know if you can even get a record pressed for 2021. And in most cases, you probably aren't going to be able to get anything pressed for 2022. So these labels are really allocating resources to try to get as, what little they can made. But yeah, it's crazy. But Ready for Freddie, October 22nd. John Coltrane, Love Supreme live in Seattle. So apparently this is from a newly discovered tape. This is Love Supreme live in Seattle, late 1965. That is coming out October 8th. Again, guys, all these pre-orders can be bought on our website at www.theingroove.com. And of course, the biggie. And I've been a fan of this series, and I'm not a fan because of the remixes. I'm a fan because of all the outtakes. The Beatles are doing a remastered version of Let It Be. This is a big time overdue. I never cared for the Phil Spector production on Let It Be. Those songs were so much better stripped. I love the Let It Be naked version that they did, but Let It Be remastered, tons of bonus takes. So this comes in a ton of different flavors. A CD, a 2DC CD with outtake highlights, a 5 CD. Now this comes with pretty much everything. There's a 5.1 mix and a Dolby Atmos mix. Then they're doing, for vinyl, they're doing a 1 LP and a 4 LP box set. It has the original Glenn Johns mix in it, which was, this was bootlegged quite a bit back in the day. I've had them in the store in the past. The Glenn John mix, less produced, even preferred that over the Phil Spector version of the album. But I've been a big fan of the White Album, Abbey Road, and Sgt. Pepper because the outtakes are absolutely fantastic. But in this case, the album itself is probably going to be significantly better. So all 5 of those are available for pre-order, 5 versions. That's October 15th. So yeah. So let me start here. Part of my record store day order came a little late, or, we were heavily allocated on the Foo Fighters DG's title. My rep called me up and said, hey, we got a few more of these things. You want them? And it's like, of course, I want them. Send them to me. At the time he sent me that, maybe this was like $300 record when I got the email. So I got them, but they've been sitting in the store, and I've been kind of hesitant to sell them because it's a $300 record. If I knew it was a fan who truly wanted it, I'd be fine. But I didn't want to sell them just, for 20 bucks or whatever they cost, because I feel in most cases this is just going to go on eBay. So I was on Facebook or the interweb, somebody's website or something somewhere, and I noticed somebody put together a grab bag raffle. And I'm like, this is a fantastic idea. So I decided to copy that idea. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to essentially, here's kind of a sampling. If you go on the website, you'll see I've done a mystery grab bag, Record Store Day mystery grab bag. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to pay $29.99, so 30 bucks, and I'm going to mail you a random Record Store Day title. It's going to be LPs. It's not going to be any singles or 7 inches. It's going to be LPs, but $29.99, and I'm going to mail you a random Record Store Day title. If you buy 20 of the randoms, you're going to get a DG. So essentially, 1 out of every 20 of these Record Store Day titles will be DG's titles. So it is going to be Mike's Record Store Day grab bag, but I'll show you kind of some of the stuff I have in here. Now, it's not just going to be from this Record Store Day. It's going to be Record Store Day past. I've got Record Store Day records kicking around in here. Some of them are quite expensive, like Bill Evans, Live at Ronnie Scott. I think I've got some of the other Bill Evans titles. Like this, for instance, was a title that got returned to me in the mail because it was undeliverable. So it's just been kicking around the store. Billie Eilish, Live at Third Man. This, somebody tried buying 2 copies online, and I canceled one of them because it's limit 1. Camille Yarbrough, I don't know why I have this, but this is actually all analog, cut by Kevin Gray. But kind of giving you an idea. Born Ruffians, Dark Crystal soundtrack. Here's the Cure Wild Mood Swings. This is actually, 40 bucks. The Ronnie Scott, Live at Ronnie Scott, I think that's a $50 record. Beastie Boys, this is an EP. Flaming Lips, Soft Bulletin. Fontaine's DC. And the DG's Hail Satan. And there's other titles. So again, guys, this is going to be kind of a grab bag. Don't get it and try to return it. What you get is what you get. It should be fun, but it's a way that I'm going to be happy selling these things for whatever the 30 bucks and knowing that, whoever's buying this is probably not buying this to try to turn around and make a quick buck. So yeah, Record Store Day, mystery grab bag, those are on the website. So this, we'll start with now we're going to go to the new arrival. So I don't know why I got this. This just showed up in the mail today. I think I must have ordered it. Maybe they found some, or maybe some more of these was released. But this is actually a Record Store Day title from last year. This is Bob James, Once Upon a Time. This is on Resonance Records. This is a great label. They do a lot of unreleased, newly discovered music. They only did 5,000 of these. But I've got a small chunk of these. These won't last. These were mastered by Bernie Grundman. And yeah. This is actually a really good record. I got this when it came out last year for Record Store Day. So I got a small chunk of those. CeeLo Green, The Lady Killer. This was a huge album when it came out. I remember this being played everywhere. Has Bright Lights, Big City, and FU. The unedited version on this. This was actually a great sounding record. Not record, but the file itself. I had this, not as a CD, but I think I had this as like an HD tracks or some sort of file. But this was actually really well recorded. It sounded quite good when I would play it back in the day. Mad Lib, Sound and Ancestors. This is the indie exclusive repressing that they just did. Skid Row, this is the self-titled. Now this is a special pressing on silver vinyl. This was exclusive to indie stores. This is a Friday music release. Elvis Promised Land. This is limited to 2,500 copies on transparent white marble. I saw somebody crack one of these open today, and I took a look at it, and this actually, it's really cool. It's almost like a marble countertop. It has a really, yeah, it has a cool look to it. But these Music on Vinyl Elvis limited editions have always been selling. You know, I've gotten what they've done on stage. They've done a few of these, and they've been selling out. You know, they're limited to 2,500. You got to think Elvis is one of the biggest selling artists of all time, and he still has quite a large amount of fans around the world. So they are getting gobbled up. My Morning Jacket live in 2015. This is a 3 LP set on white vinyl. Recorded in 2015. This looks pretty good. So 20 singles, Booker T and the MGs. This is essentially the complete stack singles. So yeah, absolutely killer band. Iconic band. Gatefold jacket, pressing liner notes. This is on Real Gone Music. Another limited edition Music on Vinyl title. This is Louis the 14th. This is limited to 1,500 copies on white colored vinyl. Another Music on Vinyl title. This is America Hearts, limited to 1,500 on silver colored vinyl. This is number 263. So this, when you're watching, you're probably not going to get to buy, because this is a prime example of 2021 can't get any records shenanigans. Nina Simone, Little Girl Blue, cut by Kevin Gray. Tip-on jacket, you know, nice heavy cardboard. I'm not sure if this is analog, maybe, but stereo vinyl, mastered by Kevin Gray, and there's a new essay and liner notes on there. I ordered a ton of these things, and they sent me like a couple. So prime example of, I mean, it's just getting impossible to get a lot of records now. But that'll sell out really quick. So during lockdown, most of you guys, if you haven't, you should go check it out. Robert Fripp and his wife Toya have been doing a series of YouTube videos. And it's essentially, you know, them doing, you know, Metallica or you name it. They're just all over the place musically. Toya is dressing up in different costumes, dancing around. I always liked her in the 80s. She was never really too big in the United States, huge in Europe, but very unique voice. I think she almost kind of has, I've always kind of thought she had kind of a Kate Bush sound to her, but the videos are definitely worth watching. You know, you'll see Robert Fripp in costumes, and they're both in costumes, and it's a riot. But new album by her called Pop Posh on Demon. If you're not a fan of the record, I recommend at least checking out the videos. They're very interesting. Another Music on Vinyl. This is even more limited. Dan Fogelberg, Netherlands. This is limited to 1,000 numbered copies on crystal clear vinyl. This is number 167. Queen Latifah, solo debut studio album, limited edition on clear red vinyl. All Hail the Queen. Okay. What do we got here? Slade. This is like a super limited edition new release Friday, essentially, is what this is panning out for. Slade, self-titled on a... It doesn't say that it's on like that marble colored vinyl, but there's a little picture of like, kind of like a bumblebee vinyl. Maybe. Richard Thompson, Mirror Blue. Now this is a 2 LP vinyl, let's see, 2 LP clear mirror pressing. This is limited to 1,200 copies. Okay. Deutsche Grammophon box set. Joip Beving Trilogy. Sure, I butchered that up a little bit. But yeah, this is quite a large, what is that? Was it 4, 5, 6, 7 LP Deutsche Grammophon? I believe this is, I'm not familiar with this at all. I don't even know how this wound up in the box. Sure looks like it's a classical box set. Bonus vinyl, and piano solo versions. Okay. A few restocks as well. This is some stuff that sold out pretty quick. Charlie Bird, this is the original 5 10-inch albums on Mercury and Clef. Let's see, faithfully newly mastered by Alex Abrash at AA Mastering. Looks like they did a good job on it. I only got a couple last time. They sold out. Got a few more. I also got a few Tone Poets and 80th anniversary titles back in stock, which is nice because they're actually starting to get around to making some of these again. The classics are starting to come around. Some Tone Poets are starting to come around. I know there's a couple of big ones everybody's been waiting for. Ideally, the Chet. That Chet Baker Tone Poet, I was looking on Discogs. Median is $100 on it, and the cheapest one for sale is like $250. Do not spend $250 for that record. You are going to be kicking yourself in the ass if you do, because it will come back. It is not a limited edition. The Tone Poets are not going to be pressed one time and done. They will come back, as in this Lonnie Smith. Back in print. And as far as the 80th anniversaries, all cut by Kevin Gray from the original analog tape, just like the Tone Poets and the Classic series. Art Taylor's AT's Delight. Art Blakey, Meet You at the Jazz Corner of the World, Volume 2, killer album. Actually, I got one of these in the George Benson collection, and I was listening to it last night. Brian Blade's Fellowship. Now, this is an 80th series title. This is a double LP. And Pete LaRocca, great record. Joe Henderson's on this. Fantastic record. But yeah, so that is it. Not as crazy of a release week as compared to last week, but still some cool stuff, and I am looking forward to seeing this vinyl grab bag and how it pans out. Now, I will say on the vinyl grab bag, and I probably should have said this earlier, so hopefully you guys are still watching. This is going to be a limited thing. I don't have a ton of these things, and it's going to be a couple of days I'll do it, and by a couple of days, if they're not either already sold out, I'm going to take it off the website, and it's going to be mailed out a couple days later. So probably over the weekend, I'll cut these things off and I'll get them mailed out. But like I said, I'm telling you guys, if you buy 20, you're going to get one of these. So I got to kind of organize them in a way to kind of disperse them out evenly. You know what I mean? But yeah, check us out online, guys. www.theingroove.com. Until next time.